Today I'll be going over the most asked questions about the Audio-Technica AT4040. So I'm doing a full Q&A on the Audio-Technica, answering the most asked questions I see online, from Reddit to Amazon to gear reviews. So if you're thinking about buying this mic, the chances are you've at least asked one of these three questions listed that I have. So let's get started. So the first question is the Audio-Technica AT4040 good for vocals? Yes, absolutely. So the AT4040 is often praised for its smooth highs, balanced mids, and present but not muddy lows. It doesn't hype or color your voice too much. Instead, it captures a very neutral, accurate sound. So it's basically like one of those clean sounds, clean mic sounds. If you're looking for like a really detailed, you wanted to capture every single detail of what you're recording. Like singers and rappers and voiceover artists all use this with great results, so there's no complaints there. The next question is, does it need phantom power? Yes, it needs phantom power. So like all condenser microphones, the AT4040 requires plus 48 volts on phantom power. So most modern audio interfaces and mixers provide this. So as long as your setup has phantom power or phantom power button, you're all good. So don't even worry about it. The next question is, how does it compare to the Shure SM7B? So the Shure SM7B is, I don't know, it's one of my favorite mics that I've been looking at. It's used in a lot of podcasts. The SM7B is a dynamic mic though. So this is condenser. The SM7B is a dynamic mic. So that's probably why I like it so much, because it rejects like background noise, but it needs a lot of gain, so you will have to purchase another gadget to get that gain. The AT4040 though is condenser. It's a condenser mic, more sensitive, more detailed sound it picks up, and it doesn't require a cloud filter like the Shure SM7B. So the Shure SM7B requires a cloud filter, and the AT4040 doesn't require one. So the AT4040 also doesn't require any special preamp. So that's something to consider, like if you're trying to spend a lot of money. But the trade-off here is that the AT4040 will pick up more in your room. So that's something to listen to. That's one fine detail that people are missing. The AT4040 will pick up more of your room sounds, so you would have to get a lot of treatment in your room. So you got to think about the budget. If you do have a treated space though, the AT4040 wins in detail. So if you're in a noisy room though, this SM7B might be the safer pick. That's why I like it so much. I like the Shure SM7B so much, man. The next question is, can I use it for podcasting? Yes, but with caution. You gotta be careful with this. The AT4040 is excellent for podcasting in a treated or quiet room. Like, it'll sound clean, neutral, and professional, but if you're recording in a kitchen or a bedroom with echo or anywhere with noise, it will pick it up, most definitely. The next question is it good for streaming? It depends. This is a complicated question. So If you're gaming or streaming in a noisy setup with like loud keyboard clicking or fans, it may pick it up too much, and like in the background may pick up too much background sounds. But with proper placement and some acoustic treatment, creativity, it can deliver broadcast quality streaming audio. The next question is, what instruments is it good for? A lot. You can record pretty much any instrument: acoustic guitar, piano, strings, brass, bass, drum, over like drums, beat pads, or even like a room. You can use it as like a room mic. So thanks to its wide frequency response and high SPL handling, it's very versatile. The next question is, how much noise does it make? So the AT4040 has a self noise, or just 12 decibels, of just 12 decibels, which is extremely low. So that means you'll get very clean recordings without annoying hisses or some cheap mics have. One way to fix the cheap mics though, like if you really wanna fix that hissing sound, you can buy an expensive cable. I have one right here that I just got. Mogami. You can buy one of these Mogami cables. These usually help with the hissing noises. That's something to look into. These are expensive, but if you're trying to get rid of the hissing noises and sounds like that, that's something to consider. The next question is it better than the AT2020 or AT2035? So yes, the AT2020 and AT2035 are great entry-level condensers, but the AT4040 is obviously a little bit more expensive. It's a big step when you're looking for like a lot of clarity, detail, and dynamic range. So if you're upgrading, the difference is definitely noticeable. The next question is it worth upgrading to the AT4040 if I already own, let's say, a Rode NT1-A? So the Rode NT1-A is known for being super quiet, but sometimes it can sound a little too bright or harsh on certain voices. The AT4040 is smoother in the highs and a bit more neutral. So you can have the reason that it's neutral, you can have a lot of room to play with the highs and the lows. So many people prefer it for vocals because it feels less hyped. The next question is, does it come with accessories? Absolutely, yes. It usually ships with a custom shock mount, which reduces vibrations and stand noise. And I think it comes with a padded case. So like, I think this is the basically the case, the black case. You can just carry that with you, like when you travel on the go, like on the plane, in your book bag. Man, you got a lot of options right there. So yeah, those are nice bonuses you don't always get at this price point. So they're really doing, maybe I would say, quality over quantity here. The next question is it durable? Very durable. So the body is solid metal, and it feels rugged. So the Audio-Technica gear is known for its lasting years. even with like heavy studio use. Audio-Technica is just known for that. So yeah, the next question is, how does it handle loud sounds? Great, it handles loud sounds really well. So it can handle sound pressure levels up to 145 decibels. That's loud enough for guitar amps, bass, brass, or drums kits without distorting. The next question is it too sensitive for untreated rooms? It can be. Condensers are sensitive. Condensers are sensitive. Condenser microphones are sensitive, yes. And the AT4040 will definitely pick up reflections, AC noises, street noises in your room if it's untreated. So that's why many people use portable vocal booths or reflection filters with it. The next question is, do I need a preamp or cloud filter? No, you do not need a cloud filter or preamp for the AT4040. The AT4040 doesn't need a ton of gain, so most audio interfaces will power it just fine with the phantom power, the plus 48 phantom power. So unlike the SM7B, it's not gain hungry. That's something to consider. The next question is, what's the frequency response like? So the frequency response ranges from 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz. The full human hearing spectrum, 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz. So it's flat and accurate with a slight boost in the upper mids for clarity. The next question is it good for rap vocals? Yes, rappers. Rappers often love this because it captures crisp highs without making the vocals harsh, and it keeps the low and keeps the low and clean without being too muddy. So the effects, like what I was saying, this is for like clean. You want to start from scratch, like a neutral sound, so you can play with the highs and the lows. It's a great mic for hip hop and spoken word, so that's something to look at if you're trying to play with it. The next question is, can I use it for metal or screaming vocals? Yes, especially with high SPL handling, it won't distort easily, and paired with the right preamp, it can capture aggressive vocals with clarity. So that's really something to play with. Like if you're into singing different genres, recording with people with different genres, you can play with the tone shaping. Yeah. The next question is it good for soft singing? Definitely. Like this is where it shines, like with its low like self noise and detail. Like it's excellent for intimate vocals, whispery tones, and breathy performances. Most definitely. The next question is it better for male or female voices? So it works well for both, obviously. Like some mics tend to flatter one over the other, but the AT4040's neutrally, like neutral tone, makes it versatile across multiple genders and vocal ranges, multiple genres. Yeah. The next question is, can I use it for voiceovers or audiobooks? Yes. Of course, like in this, like in a treated space, of course, but it's very popular for voiceover work because of its accuracy. Like this has the clean, crisp sounds in a neutral way, and natural tone. Just be mindful of the room noise. I'm really trying to let you guys know about the room noise. The next question is, how does it compare to Neumann mics? Obviously, Neumann mics, like the U87, are legendary. This is like my dream mic that I always wanted, but I can't afford right now. Some of them cost thousands of dollars, but the AT4040 here delivers about 80 to 90% of that level of clarity for the fraction of the price. So this is budget friendly. That's why people can call it the hidden gem. The next question is it heavy? It's not overly heavy, but it feels solid. It's pretty solid. A sturdy mic. Stand is recommended, especially if you're using the included shock mount. The next question is, does it need EQ processing to sound good? Not really. Out of the box, it sounds very neutral. That said, a little EQ compression can make it perfectly, or make it sit perfectly in the mix, most definitely. The next question is, what are the biggest downsides of this microphone? The main downside is sensitivity to room noise. We've been talking about that room noise. So this can be a problem in untreated spaces. The other is that it's very neutral. It's very neutral and clean. It's for like if you're looking for a clean tone, no, not that many effects. Some people want the mic to want a mic that adds a little bit of warmth out of the box or color, and the AT4040 won't do that on its own. The next question is it good for beginners? So if you're serious about recording, yes. It's not a plug and play as like a USB mic would do, but if you already have like an interface and you want a professional sound, uh, it's a great first serious condenser microphone.